Good morning, my dear students. This is your English teacher, Mrs. Astha Gulati, and this is video number 2 of chapter number 6, A Pod of My Own. And this is the explanation, children. I hope everybody has seen the video number 1 so that you know the summary, and I hope everybody is reading the chapter because, children, it's very much necessary to read the chapter first to understand it more clearly, and the questions from here will be within the chapter. It will be from within the chapter, so it is very much necessary to read the chapter first. Okay, and let's begin with the explanation of the chapter. I'll do it line by line, children, so please place your book in front of you so that you can understand it more clearly. Okay, let's begin. A Pod of My Own, chapter number 6. The Diwali holiday was a thrilling time for Nancy and me. We were visiting my uncle in London. I was excited because the last time we were there, I wanted to ride on the London Eye but couldn't because Nancy was too scared. This time, I was sure I would not miss it. Our jet landed at Heathrow Airport at a very convenient time, 11 a.m. Since Mum had been here many times before, she had told her brother that we would reach his place on our own. I was glad she had because I got to ride in the new mode of transport that everybody had been talking about. This new transport system is the pods. From what I had heard, they were also called Ultra PRT. ULT stands for Urban Light Transport and PRT stands for, or PRT means Personal Rapid Transit. But to me, pod sounded cuter. So children, from the first page we come to know that the narrator is the storyteller, as we have already discussed in the summary in the video number 1, children, that the narrator is telling us the story and he is traveling to London in the Diwali holidays to his uncle's house, to his maternal uncle's house. And with whom he was traveling, children? He was traveling with his mother and his younger sister Nancy. Children, for one reason, the narrator or the boy was very excited this time. He has traveled to London before as well, but this time he was much more excited. Why? Because the last time when he came there, when he went to London, he did not sit in the London Eye. I told you about the London Eye, children. That's a big ride in London. So he could not sit in that because Nancy was too small at that time. But now she is grown up and now he was sure that he'll be sitting in London Eye, and he was very sure of this. So children, in the second paragraph, the narrator says that they reached the airport at 11 a.m. and the name of the airport was Heathrow Airport. And they reached in a very comfortable and convenient time at 11 o'clock in the morning. And as his mother was has already traveled many times earlier to London, and she knew the ways and how to reach the transport. And we should, children, when we are traveling to a new city or a new country, whatever, so we should know the ways how to reach the particular place and what are the transports, how to give the money and all. So the mother has traveled many times, so she was very convenient and comfortable. So she said to her brother not to come to the airport and they will be reaching house themselves. So, but this time when they were reaching to their uncle's house, why were they excited, children? One reason, because they were traveling to the uncle's house in a new type of a transport, that was a pod. Yes, pod was something new, children, and everybody was talking about it. And the narrator, the storyteller, has already seen the pictures or already read about the pod in the science magazines, and it was called the Ultra PRT. ULT stands for Urban Light Transport and PRT stands for Personal Rapid Transit. But for the boy is telling, but the name pod is much more cuter for him, and he was going to tell the Ultra PRT as a pod only. So he was very excited. Let's see what happens next. I was curious. We headed towards the car park station with our luggage. The station's automatic glass doors opened up to these high-tech little vehicles. They were queuing up outside, waiting for passengers. They looked like tiny hatchback cars but almost completely oblong in shape. I could hardly see the rubber wheels, and their front windows reminded me of the adorable face of a honeybee with long black eyes. So children, in the next part of the first page, we come to know that the narrator, the boy, was very excited and he was very curious to see the pod. When they all came out of the airport, they went towards the station where the pods were available. And so when they reached there, they took the luggage, and when they reached the station's automatic glass doors open. When you step, no children, they are very sensible to your touch, or when the glass, it's automatic. When you reach the step, it automatically opens for you. So it automatically opened, the glass doors opened, and they were very high technological, children. When you are driving in a car, just imagine when you are sitting in a car or a bus or any other transport, and it has no driver, children. Nobody is driving it. How technological it is. What way to go, or when to turn, when to stop. All these, children, it's very high technology, and the science is going up ahead, and sooner we'll see these types of transport in India also. So what happened next? They were very high technological vehicles, and all the pods were queuing up. The pods were queuing up, and the passengers were waiting. Passengers were waiting for them. They looked, and now the boy is describing the pod, how it looked to himself. He was very creatively looking at the pod, and watching it from all the sides. He wanted to see it from all the sides, how it looked, how it worked. So he explained that it was looking like a tiny hatchback. What do you mean by hatchback, children? Hatchback having a sloping back doors that opens when lifted. So when it was looking like a hatchback car, and but almost it was completely, or almost it was oblong in shape. Children, please see the new words which you are getting from the chapter. Please, children, you should know the new meanings. So children, here we come to know about the description what the narrator gives us about the pod. He could hardly see the wheels. The wheels was too small, children, so that it could be seen. And the windows reminded the narrator that it was looking like a honeybee with long black eyes. Aren't they, children? You can see from the picture also, exactly they are looking at like the eyes of the honeybee. So let's go to the next page and see what happens. People got in, pressed a button, and the doors closed. The little pods were fast and made almost no noise, and they were entirely computer controlled. Imagine a car without a driver. I'd only read about these things like that in a science magazine. Here, I was actually going to sit in one. Before boarding a pod, Mum selected a destination option on a touchscreen computer on the platform. After she had made her selection, the computer confirmed it. Our pod arrived very soon, and when the doors opened, I saw it was much roomier than it looked. 4 people could fit in with ease, and there was plenty of space for luggage. We got in. Mum pushed the button to close the doors. Once inside, I felt as if we were in a tiny space shuttle. The seats were comfortable and it was very clean. So children, from here in this stanza, we come to know that the people who were queuing up for the arrival of the pods, they were just going in the station, the people got in, and they have to, what they have to do for the pod, to let in the pod or to go in the pod, what they have to do for traveling in the pod. The process the narrator is explaining us is pressing a button. They had to press a button and the doors closed. The little pods were very fast. The narrator says when they got in, they were very fast. He was watching the pods going and coming, children, so he could say, and they made no noise. Children, I've already told you, like metro stations, many of you must have gone, many of you must have traveled in a metro. They make no noise, children. In the same way, these computer operated pods also make no noise, and they were almost very quiet and very silent means of transport. They make no noise, no sound pollution, no noise pollution, and no air pollution, nothing. So, and they were very already fully computer controlled. I already told you this. And the narrator now is imagining a car without a driver. Children, all of you also imagine that if we are driving and we are sitting in a transport, seeing nobody driving, how would we feel? It's so high technological thing. So they read about like this. I already told you the boy has already seen these things and read about all these computer operated transport in a science magazine, and here he was actually sitting in one of them. So without wasting any time, they quickly boarded the pod, and mom selected a destination. When you are sitting in a pod, they will not take you anywhere, no children. You have to select a destination where you want to reach. So the mother selected a destination option. On a touch screen, we have touch screen phones. There is also computer or screen where you can touch and select your destination, just like a smartphone, children. So on the platform, they have to do it, and after she had made her selection, the computer confirmed it. Our pod arrived very soon. So the pod did not take much time to arrive. They got a pod very soon, and when the doors of the pod opened, the narrator, the boy, saw it was much roomier than it looked. Means, children, when you enter a small room and when after entering you see and you notice that it is much roomier, much more spacious than it looked. Like the same way, the pod also had much space in it, and 4 people could fit in very nicely, very easily, comfortably, and there was plenty of space for luggage also. So we got in, and mom pushed the button to close the doors, and after they sat in the pod, mom pushed the doors closed, and once inside I felt as if we were in a tiny space shuttle. Children, when we are going to the space, you know what is space? So we always sit in something inside, or a rocket. So here the narrator again imagined himself to be seated in a space shuttle, because it was looking like that, children. We can imagine also. The seats were very comfortable, he said, and it was very clean, children. Exactly all these things, the computer operated space, children, especially where there is no one there, it should be clean and very tidy. Let's see what happens when they sat in the pod. Won't it get crowded when it stops to pick up other passengers? I asked. No, replied Mum. It won't stop for more passengers. Which is nice. We will have some privacy. I smiled at that. To me, it meant I could talk as loudly as I wanted, without Mum telling me to simmer down. The speed was perfect, and it was more comfortable than any bus. Mum told me that pods are the most environment-friendly form of transport since they are battery powered. They are very efficient. Even with a maximum speed of 40 km per hour, they are quite fast because they don't get stuck in traffic jams. Once an ultra pod departs from its station of origin, it does not stop until it reaches its destination. In congested urban areas, it makes the Ultra considerably faster than private cars and much more faster than most buses. Mom also told me that she had read in the newspapers that New Delhi and Amritsar might be the first two cities in India to introduce this form of transport. Many other pods passed by. Pods travelled on elevated tracks in some places and on level ground in others. Since they are computer driven, chances of an accident are less. So it seems that computers are going to drive cars. Driverless cars, and trains may happen in the future. I only wished we would buy a pod for ourselves. Who knows? Maybe sometime in the future I will. Now children, we have come to know that the family is already in a pod, they are traveling, and the next question which the narrator is asking us is asking his mother that will it be crowded, won't it be crowded when it stops to pick up other passengers on the way? Every transport children, it stops on its way to take other passengers also. So the question was very valid. The mother said no, whoever books whoever is going to travel in the pod, it will not stop for other passengers. It will only stop on its destination now. So they will have some privacy. When we are traveling in a bus or a train, other passengers are also there. So they will it is a public place. We cannot talk our private things and we cannot fully enjoy. So here the pod was of their own for some time and they will be having some privacy, and the narrator was very happy knowing this because he wanted to always laugh and talk in a higher loud pitch, and now mother will not tell him to simmer down, means talk softly, because they were all alone in the pod. So now what he says, the next paragraph children, mother tells them many good things or gives them many informations about the pods. The first one I already have discussed with you. They are very environment friendly because they are not running on any fuel. They are battery operated. So it's very environment friendly children. When we are not, the smoke is not coming from anywhere. There is no noise of the transport. It's very good. It gives us much comfortable environment. So they were very efficient, even with a maximum speed of 40 kilometers per hour. 40 kilometers children, it's a very medium speed, but they are very quick because they don't have to stop anywhere. When we are children continuously going towards a destination with 40 kilometers per hour, we reach quickly because in a pod we don't have to face any traffic jams. So when we are in pod, we don't have to face any traffic jams. The pod starts from its origin, from the station, and it reaches its destination, and then only it stops. It will not stop on the way. So mother is also telling that in the congested areas, in the urban cities or the metro cities children, they are more highly populated children. Bokaro is one of the very minimum population city. We don't anytime we don't face any traffic jams, but when we are in a metro city, in a big city, there are many traffic jams, and pods are very efficient, will be very efficient there. It's a much more needed thing in urban towns. So, and mom told us that she read in newspapers the new information which the mom is giving us here, that she already read in papers that New Delhi and Amritsar are the first two cities which are going to introduce pods in India. So children, we should be very excited because we are also going to experience this new transport in our country, and it will be very proud children. We should be very proud that our country is also developing so much. We'll be very proud, and when new things come to our country and the scientists are doing so much for the country, so that we can be also called a developed country. Now we are underdeveloped countries or developing countries, you can say. So many other pods passed by on the railway station, children. When you are traveling in a train, you can see the trains are passing by on the tracks. So here the pods were traveling in an elevated area, elevated space, and the boy could see many pods passing by, and in some places they were also under the ground, level ground. They were also running on the ground. So they were computer driven. I already told you that there is no driver needed. We only have to press our destination on a touch screen computer, and then the pod arrives, and it's fully controlled by a computer. Chances of accidents become less. Children, have you heard this, that the humans can only make mistakes, the computers can't make mistakes? So it's a very big real thing, children. The computers make mistakes very rarely. There is only, I can say, 0% or a few 1 or 2% chances of a computer making a mistake. So the accident thing can be overthrown by it. The computers cannot make mistakes. The chances of an accident becomes very less, and so it seems that computers are going to drive cars and many other vehicles. The narrator says that the pods are very much comfortable and more efficient, more reliable than other buses also. He is comparing pods to buses. So he is wishing to see the cars, the other transport also without a driver. He is thinking of the driverless cars, driverless transports, and that may happen in future. We already know that. I only wished, the boy is now wishing that he could own his own pod. That is not possible, children, because all the transport whatever we have, like buses and trains, most probably aeroplanes, that cannot be under a private under me. It always has to be under the government. The government controls it. So but now you never know, children, who is going to be a scientist and who is going to develop any of the new things, new transport to our country, and that will be a gift to the country. And he is wishing to own a pod for himself, and maybe he says, and there we come to the end of the chapter, children. I hope you liked the video, you understood the chapter. I hope, children, you are watching the video, because it's very much necessary to watch the video and understand the chapter through this. Okay, so take care of yourselves, play at home, but children, do study. It's very important. Okay, so see you in the video number 3, where I'll be doing the exercises of the book, and you have to do the book exercises in the book itself. No need to do it in the copies. So here, children, I wish you all the best. Thank you. Goodbye.